we started here at Camp Nowhere, went over here to the spine break, wound up going over in here, dealing with all of that stuff, and creating a path through to the other side of the mountains, which is great. However, it does nothing to get us going in a thisly direction toward the signal spike or the tall neck or the base. We are, in theory, supposed to be heading back for the base. But, there's a shelter here. There's a signal spike here. Let's go that way. Let's go to this signal spike, find that Oseram runaway. Let's see what happens over there. Off we go. Let's call him out. Sparky! Hello, Sparky! On Sparky! Yeah! I forgot Sparky existed for a while there. Then I was editing video and I found the episode where we met Sparky. And I remembered that Sparky exists. So, come on, Sparky. Go. It's a little drop. Are you really afraid of this little drop? Sparky. Sparky, you tiny mechanical coward. Sparky. Sparky, is this not a path? There we go. Oh. Oh, there are burrowers right here. How on earth do one of you not see me? Sparky, you helped. Thank you, Sparky. Here, do you need to be repaired? Oh, there's a good Sparky. Alright, here's a shelter. And this is not actually where the Oseram
The Oseram I met said someone in their crew ran off in this direction. I should keep my eyes open.
Okay, well, there's an indicator of...
Stay back!
Oh. Silga, do you need help?
Shield wing's holding up.
Aloy, this is not the time to comment on the status of your shield wing. You got a chick down there being menaced by stuff. Okay, what are you weak to? Fire. Great. You know what I have is fire. This seems like a winning combination. Yeah, I'm just going to stay up here and rain fire from above on my enemies. And it's going to work out just what... Oh. My enemies have realized that I'm raining fire from above on them. Well, that was inevitably going to happen. Yep, stay on fire. You know what? Let's switch over to the precision arrows. Oh, wait. You... are... Oh, I didn't get to you in time. That's a shame. Alright, well... Hey, the good news is you're dead. Search the spike snout, take the thing, make more fire arrows, make more fire arrows. Aloy actually makes some more fire arrows. Hello. Hi. Boom. I have unused weapon or outfit modifications. Well, that's a thing I should address. Take damage. Be on fire. Be on fire. Take more damage. You're no longer on fire. Be back on fire. Don't hurt me. I said be on fire. Kaboom. 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 Fire. Oh, you have fallen over. Well, now you will die. Goodbye. Stupendous.
I think she's gonna need some backup.
No shit, Aloy. What do you think we've been doing here?
Machine can tough out the cold.
Apex Scrounger, huh? Well, do Apex Scroungers like being on fire? They don't appear to be fans. Great.
Is it safe? Did they get to it? Please be intact. Please.
What are we talking
I
about?
should make sure she's okay.
Are we okay here? What's up?
142. Supply drop.
All right. Wire the spike is still intact. Rig's still playing.
You okay there?
You took out those machines. I'm grateful, but you should go now. There's nothing to see here.
So this rig of yours, it's receiving sound through that wire from the thing up on the cliff, what you call a spike. But the message is only a fragment, and you're trying to pick up the whole thing?
How did you figure all that out?
I'm very smart.
I've learned a few things in my travels.
Also, I have this weird earring that no one ever comments on.
If you want, we could talk about it. Maybe I can help?
You do seem downright knowledgeable. So go ahead. Shoot.
All right. Let's ask basic 101 questions with our master's level education.
How did you first hear the message?
I used to be a smith up in the claim. Wasn't an easy life. A lot of hard work without much to show for it. Then, one day, I heard a whisper coming from a steel rod. Faint, like the last fingers of steam coming off a cooling forge. When I moved the rod around, the whispers got louder. I did some tinkering, built my rig, and did my best to follow that sound. Further west I came, the stronger it got. Then I found that spike up there. When I hooked up my rig, the words were clearer than ever.
What do you think the message is?
I don't know. There's something sad about it. Feels like it's from one lost soul to another.
Probably a distress signal.
I'd sure like to know what it means.
Means people died.
Your rig's impressive. How does it work?
Well, like you said, the spike up there seems to capture the sound. It travels by wire down to my contraption. I put some coils in there and a light sheet of metal that vibrates, making the sound louder. I'm not exactly
speaker.
sure why it works, but it just does.
And you set it up out here all alone?
I'm not the trusting type. Pretty much everything I do is all alone.
This is some Tony Stark in a cave with spare parts level shit. Good work.
You're no ordinary tinker.
Didn't used to be a tinker at all. More of a metal worker. Came from Mainspring. I can weld a seam so fine you could barely see it. Not that I ever got any credit for it. You see, up there, you've got to be a man to get ahead. I once had a shot at joining a first-rate crew with one of the best forges in the claim. But I didn't get the job. My own brother wouldn't vouch for me just because I'm of the female persuasion. Anyhow, at least out here I don't have to worry about any mainspring men talking down to me.
They were mainspringing to her, if you will. Well, I'm canceled for that one.
Let me have a look at that spike. I might be able to pick up more of that message.
How?
Let's just say I have a rig of my own.
I didn't know Nora were tinkers.
They're not, but I am, in a way. Be right back.
At this point,
Okay then.
it might as well be easier for Aloy to just say, look, I'm a 919th generation clone of basically the savior of humanity, which up until a week ago made me the only hope for humanity. Turns out there's also a 927th generation clone of the same savior of humanity, but she's the prisoner of some evil aliens, so... Actually, you know what? Just saying that she has a rig of her own is probably simpler.
Just follow the wire to the spike at the top. And please, just don't break anything.
Yeah, follow the wire, spike at the top. Like, there are some points where I think Aloy should just explain things and is being kind of rude when she doesn't. And there are other points where it's like, no, it is too much. Let me sum up. Okay, is this the spike? No, that's the spike.
Gotta give her credit, lugging all that wire up a cliff wall.
Oh, is she going to be mad when I zipline down her
Spike.
wire?
Might get better reception if I'm next to it.
Supply drop beacon. Apollo. Please get the note.
Enduring victory. Interesting. Can't seem to get a fix on where the signal's coming from, though. Well, better let the Tinker know I got a bit more of the message. Your rig is picking up an old world message. A recording of some kind.
Thought as much. Did you hear more of it?
A bit. It was recorded during a war. A bad one.
Maybe that's why it sounds so darn sad. There's something about it that makes me think of my late brother. May his ashes stay warm in the forge. Not sure why, exactly.
Is your brother a 919th generation clone?
I still can't get a fix on the source.
Well, the
Is your
words
last name
grew
Tate?
stronger when I got out here.
What if you moved the rig now? Try to see if you can get a stronger signal elsewhere.
Even if I could dodge the Tenakth and the machines, I can't lose that spike. Nothing else pulls down the words better.
Okay. If it's an old world message, then let's try old world methods. They used to pinpoint signals by listening for them at 3 different spots. The taller the better. And then they combined the information and used it to find the source.
And you can do that.
I think so. But your spike is only 1 spot. I need 2 more, both up high.
Oh. Well, there's a big bright tower in the Tenakth territory north of here.
Yeah, that should work. I have another spot in mind, near a place I'm, camping.
Wait. I don't know your name.
Aloy.
Or why you do all of this for someone you just met.
Big savior complex.
Aloy. And because I want to know what's out there. Same as you.
And a savior complex. Like, Aloy has a massive savior complex.
Zelda. And when you find it, Aloy, I'd be eager to hear what it is.
Now, granted, she is, in fact, a savior. In fact, people call her that, and it's an accurate descriptor. But the fact remains, Aloy has a massive savior complex, and it's gonna get her killed one day. Probably not here, but definitely, like, by the end of Horizon Arkham Knight, Aloy is gonna get just completely killed by her savior complex. Let's head for this tall neck, try to get that, and once we get that, then we can head up north to the tower in Scalding Spear, which will give us more information for this area, and then we get over here.
Doesn't look like there's any way to climb this tall neck.
What do you mean it doesn't look like there's any way to climb this tall neck? The tall neck is locked? What do you mean the tall neck is locked? It's a tall neck. It's... Okay, there really doesn't appear to be... Well, how am I ever going to climb the tall neck, then? Are you going to give me a pogo
Wish
stick?
there was a way to climb this tall neck, but I don't see one.
Am I going to get a pogo stick add-on? Am I going to have to override a Thunderjaw and then ride and climb the Thunderjaw? What do you mean I can't climb the tall neck? We'll just leave and find something else to do with our time. We're going to go north to the tower in Scalding Spear, and we're going to scald our spears. Okay? We are going to throw hot water in Brittany's face. We will scald spears.
Draw them away from here, not come to us. And you said there were only 3 of them. You got to send their numbers out. That was the plan.
Okay. There are... Oh, boy. Rebel chargers. Okay. So we got rebels
Who else is going to stop them?
and rebel riders. This is a problem. This is the major problem. What do we have over here? Rebel rider.
Frost won't help here. Machine was born for the cold.
Lancehorn. It's Rebel Charger. Okay, so the rebels are fighting with machines. This seems like a root for the meteor situation. Like, why would we pick sides in this fight? If it's rebels versus machines, we root for... Who's mad at me? Someone mad at me?
Where's that machine going?
I think whoever was mad at me just died. There's a Lancehorn over there, and a Rebel Rider over there. Yeah, I don't see any reason to get involved in this fight. Like, oh no, they're killing Lancehorns. So what? They're to knock the rebels. They're not on my side. I have no dog in this fight. That is not my circus. These are not my monkeys. I am leaving. Now, are you guys friendly to Noct, or are you kill me to Noct? Because if you're kill me to Noct... Well, the name of your place is Scalding Spear. On the other hand, none of you are marked as enemies, so hi. I am a friend of the Tenakth, assuming you don't work for Regala, in which case I am a friend of Regala?
Outlander.
That's me. Can I come in?
Not one more step.
Oh.
The Tenakth don't suffer outlanders in the clan lands.
But I'm
I was
special.
given rite of passage by Marshal Fashav. I'm not here to fight.
I have a knife.
Hair like blood. This is the warrior who defeated Gruda, champion of the traitor Regala.
That was me, I did that.
Her life is not ours to take. You may enter, but mind our ways. You will be watched.
Thanks.
I'll keep that in mind.
Aloy, you have a knife. You have a hall pass. Show them your hall pass knife. You over there, you have an exclamation point over your head. That means you're important. Let me speak to you, exclamation point man. I don't care about any of you fuckers, but you're special.
You wanted to speak to me?
I
The
did?
name's Zolka. Have you heard from up north? From Bleeding Mark?
I'm guessing that's a place.
One of the desert's villages. They send their yield of ash blood so the Bereka over there can mark the skin of our soldiers. But it's been a long time since the last supply run. Too long.
Mm-hmm.
If you think something happened to them, can't you send someone to go check?
That's why you're here.
Were it up to me. But the capital's already dealing with machines, storms, and strict water rations. No one can be spared.
I see. Tell me about ash blood.
You mentioned the village up north sends some supplies to the capital. Ash blood?
It's a crimson stone that we grind into powder for our ink. Bleeding Mark has the largest supply. Our soldiers there gather and deliver it to us, in exchange for their water rations.
Die for water.
Everyone in the clan depends on the wound in the sand for their water. Capital and outlying village alike. But the last delivery of ash blood was weeks ago. Our supply is running low. So must be their water.
All right, I don't particularly... Actually, you know what? I have stuff to sell. Here, let's trade.
My face paint will strike fear in your enemies. Take a look.
Wait, can you teach me how to paint my face? Nobody ever taught me how to paint my face. You can paint my face! He can paint my face! Oh my god! This dude can paint my face! Okay, you're my new favorite dude. I mean, the Karja Noble is nice, but it's not really... I don't know if it necessarily fits Aloy. You know what? Let's go with it. I'm going to try it. And worst case scenario, we just find another dude, like this dude, and spend 10 shards and change it.
If I'm out that way, I can look in on the village, find out what's the delay.
You have my thanks. Head north to a ruin where the desert meets the mountains. That's Bleeding Mark.
Okay.
Ask for Kentok or Natika there. They'll know what's going on.
Kentok Natika. Got it. Kentok is the section of TikTok that really, 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 really wants Ken Jennings to be the permanent host of Jeopardy. They do not care for Mayim Bialik. I am on Kentok, incidentally.
Gotta climb up to look for Silga's signal. But where to start? Oh, don't mind me. Just doing a little climb.
Yep. Nobody mind me, the Outlander who just came into your place and painted her face to look like your hated enemy. I am actually just climbing the sacred tower that guards your city or something. I don't know. Can I? I am absolutely not supposed to be able to do this, but... Come on. Yes!
Gotta keep climbing to pinpoint that signal.
Absolutely. Yes, that is what we are meant to do. Okay. This is fine. Yep. Back claw up there.
A little higher.
Keep going, Aloy. Keep going. Further up. Yeah, you see how those things are yellow? That means you can climb them. That does indeed mean that you can climb them. Keep going up. Keep going up.
Almost there.
Now go over. Now go... Oh, yeah, that's a thing people can do. Sure. And go hoop. And go hoop. And now we're hoop. And there's also a box. Just gonna rob the shit that you keep at the top of your tallest tower. I'm sure it's not important.
Okay. Let's see if I can pick up Silga's signal.
Absolutely worth doing.
Start point 14 to enduring victory. Supply drop beacon. Apollo. We praise God. The note. Sorry.
Well, I got more of the message, but not enough to find the source yet.
Okay.
Climbing the mountain where my base is should finish the job.
All right. So, hey, we got up here. We took care of that. Means there's only one thing left to do. That's head pretty much due east back to the base. And once we get to the base, we can find that signal and also like advance the main plot because we've got the thing with Poseidon and we want to hand that off. But more importantly, base east. Off we go in a thisly direction, I guess. Whee! I wonder, can I glide all the way across all of these solar panels? No, it doesn't look like it. No, I'm going to come in well short. Well, going to wind up at like the second from the last line of solar panels. It's not a bad little glide. What are you? Oh, you're a sunwing. Do we like you? I don't think we like you. I don't think we want anything to do with you. I know you have sun in your name, and historically speaking, things with sun in their name are good. But I don't think we like you. Alright, buddy, turn around. Turn around and go away. That's it. Now, I'm faster than you. Ever so slightly, barely. But I am, in fact, faster than you.
Out of the way! Eat my stuff, Pecker!
Shut up, racers. Stop racing through places where there are machines.
Definitely don't sound like rebels. Maybe if I follow their tracks, I can find out where they're headed. I can probably use my focus to follow the tracks those riders left behind.
Yeah, at some point. Or I could not do that. And we could continue heading east toward the base. Because, you know, that's what we're doing. Okay. So, up we need to go. Which means up we should go. Haha. Just like so. Okay.
This mountain. The southern face is my best bet for a climb if I want to get more of Silga's message. Just gotta look for a path.
Climb up the south face of the mountain. So that's that side. Okay. Hello, what are you? You're a noxious pod. Great. I'm so glad I found you. Alright. Up the tree? Nope. Nope. Can't go up the tree.
That tree over there.
Aha. Can sort of go up the tree. Just needed to make up the tree be across the tree. Now we can go up the tree, by which I mean across the tree. Oh, what horrible... I'm sorry, what horrible machine are you?
Fight or sneak past.
Oh, leap lashers. That's great.
Won't get much use out of shock ammo.
Oh! I didn't see you there. Well, I guess that answers the fight or sneak past question. Hello.
My focus display is distorted.
Okay. That's a new thing that happens. Ow. Great. Here we go. Ow. Die. 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 Ow. Whack. 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 Back. Die. Back. Die. Die. Back. Whack. Dive. And you actually... No. There. You... Oh, I missed. Oh, I missed. Okay. Hello. Now. Can I please murder you? How have you not done? There, you're dead. Here. Let me disrespect your friends by robbing your corpse while they're alive. Owie. Oh. Harlist. Nope. Get up. Oh, you fell over. That was a mistake on your part. Ow. Yow. Yow. There, you're dead.
I need to get higher up.
Are we done?
Find a good spot to pick up Silga's signal.
Jesus. Supposed to climb up the south face of the... Oh, I see. Okay, here we go. Supposed to get up here. And then sprint over and foosh up to here. And climb this way. Yes. That is what we will do. We. Here we go. Okay. And now we back claw up to here. And presumably up here. up to here.
This is quite a climb.
Yeah, you don't say, Aloy. Wee. Yikes. Continue weeing. Wee.
I have to get higher to try and pinpoint Silga's signal.
Great. Further up. More up. All of the up. Let's climb this. And gather the azure bloom. And go left. Okay. Okay then. Is there... There's no up that way. There's no up that way. So I guess there's over. Okay, we can do over. Over can become up. There we go. All right. Now watch. Over becomes up. Once we grab stuff.
Looks like I have company.
Oh, fuck. Okay. So we got a frost glinthawk.
I
Weak
can
versus
use shock
water.
ammo.
And another. Did I say water? I meant fire. Alright, fine. Well, you know what? I have fire hunter arrows. This is not going to be difficult. You up there. Get fucked. Fucked. Get fucked. Get fucking fucked. Where's your friend? Friend is directly above me, isn't he? Yep. That's nice. Alright, we're fine. Hello. That was... Okay, well, you're not dead, so it was not amazingly simple.
Come on, come on!
Right in the heart, and that was amazingly simple. Fuck you,
I need to
Glinthawks.
climb higher.
I maybe should stop being afraid of Glinthawks, but I really hate Glinthawks. Up, up, up. Keep going up. Hey, look, a box. How on earth did this box get here? Nobody knows. It is impossible to say. We are... What are we supposed to do here? Supposed to go up and then circle our way. Yep, yep. Thank you, game, for telling me how all of your mechanics work every time I need to use any of your mechanics. It's actually very helpful because you have 89 mechanics. You are an overstaffed Jiffy Lube. You have
Okay.
89
Gotta
mechanics.
pick up the signal. Where's the best spot?
Okay. Go right here. Go right here. Go right up to here. Can
I should try to find a good spot to pick up Silga's message.
Yep, yep. Go up. Go up. There we go. Okay. Give me that signal.
142 to enduring victory, Reno. Supply drop beacon echo. Paul, I'm trying to get this safely. I left a note for you inside.
There. Found the signal's origin. It's not too far from here. I just need to get to it.
Now, when you say not too far from here, yeah, you mean 600 meters that away. You mean 600... No. No, okay. Listen, we will get there eventually, but for right now, we're like going to the base.
It'll
We
be
need to
a
get
nice
to the
view
base.
if I glide down from here.
And yes, that will be a very nice view if you glide down from here. And look at all of that cool shit way the hell down there. That's a whole bunch of cool shit. But we need to get to the base, which means we need to go 200 meters this way. So, you know, It's kind of ridiculous that you're just jumping off the side of a mountain and deploying a shield wing and everything's gonna be fine. But you know what? We're just jumping off the side of the mountain and deploying the shield wing and everything's gonna... What just happened? Game? Why did... It's right down here. We just need to float and hover and helicopter and voosh. Hey, look. We're here. Hey, Gaia. I brought you a friend. Wonder how Zoe's doing. For that matter, I wonder if, what's his name is here? Varl and the other guy. Aaron.
Oh, you're not waving a hammer around, Aaron. Try a gentler touch.
And my big sausage fingers don't really do gentle, okay?
Bring it back. Trace the line. To your right. Other right.
I just saw it. It's the one Aloy found up north. Gotcha. They call it a concussion beat party or something. Yeah, now that's music.
Aloy!
Aaron
Aaron,
found the radio.
You're all better. And you're here.
And you put on
Varl
lipstick.
said you might need some help after all, doing complicated things.
We still have much training to do, of course. One does not become hunter in a day.
Looks like you've got things under control. I should get this to Gaia.
Right. We'll keep on training. Catch up as fast as we can.
I'm seeing glyphs in my dreams already.
Well, while you've been off gallivanting around, I've been working with Gaia to find out more about the land gods.
Wonderful.
So from where I'm standing, you're in need of some training. Come along.
Now, do you mean training or do you mean
Okay.
training?
Oh, and I delivered your message to Talana. She headed for that Oseram camp you two were looking for, to the southwest.
I wouldn't have taught you the song if I didn't like the way you sing it.
Fantastic. So the game has prompted me to speak with my friends, and we might as well speak with our friends. Hello, friend.
Sound like a... Hey,
Hey.
a nice place.
Well, it's not like I built it or anything.
You kind of,
Right.
well, 918
I can see
generations
why
ago you did.
Why you had your doubts about bringing us along. It is a lot to take in. But don't worry. That's nothing I can't handle.
Right. I was hoping you could help me with something. It's about the Tenakth rebels, and it also has to do with the Oseram.
Really? That doesn't sound good. Let me know what I can do to help.
Tell me more about our companions here.
How are you settling in?
Varl's been helping me get the lay of the land, when he's not getting all tongue-tied. I don't know who makes him more nervous, that Gaia lady or our new Utaru friend.
Well, what about the Vanguard? Aren't you supposed to be back east, ordering them around?
I sent some of them back to Meridian with a message. I doubt Avad'll mind me sticking around to help the savior of Meridian.
I mean, depending on how serious about that flirtation thing, that might, well, whatever.
I see Varl gave you a focus.
Well, it doesn't look as fashionable on me, but by the Forge, the things I've been able to see. Granted, a lot of them are bad, you know, the old world ending and such.
Yeah,
I'm still trying to wrap my head around most of it, but I never really understood how you were ever able to find my sister back in the Sundom. And now I do, sort of.
As I
That makes
recall,
me
we
feel
followed
like I could be
footprints
useful.
and wagon wheel tracks.
It takes some time, but yeah.
Like, I suppose Aloy is special, but also everyone else is just stupid.
I guess you know what we're up against by now.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. When Varl first told me those bastards come from the stars, I thought he'd eaten too many of those medicinal berries. Yeah, but I've gotten used to seeing impossible things, thanks to you. I just wish they weren't always trying to kill us.
Yeah, you and me both.
So how many people did the Zeniths take? Because, like, if they only had one spaceship, like, even if it's, like, say, 5,000 humans, within a few generations, that's all just going to be constant inbreeding, right? We shouldn't think about it.
I discovered an Oseram militant group. They call themselves the Sons of Prometheus. It looks like they're the ones overriding machines for the Tenakth rebels.
I thought that was something only you could do.
They're
So did
familiar
I.
with ancient tech, and they're as anti-Karja as it gets.
So, last year we stopped Durval and his cronies from blowing up Meridian in retribution for the Red Raids. And now you're telling me we have another group of Oseram trying to wipe out the Karja with an army of machines and bloodthirsty Tanakh?
Yeah, that's about it.
Much.
Oh, well, that's just great.
Is there any way you can help me find out who they are? Anything to track them down and stop them.
Yeah, I can send out some messages from Chainscrape. Get in touch with my contacts in the claim, see what I can find out.
I'd appreciate that. So Talana came by the base?
Yeah, more like rushed through. I was hoping she'd stay for a drink at least. Only Karja I've ever met who's any fun. But it seemed like she had more pressing matters to attend to.
Oh, and I'll let you know if I find out anything more about the Sons of Prometheus.
Same here.
I wonder
Thanks,
what it's like
Erend.
being in space.
It sounds very lonely, if you ask me.
Hi, Varl.
Wow, this place is starting to come alive.
Yeah, and Gaia placed all the data she got from your focus into that archive room. With the focuses you gave us, we'll be able to access it at our own pace. You know, learn and train. And if you need us, we'll be there to fight at your side.
Got it. Thanks, Varl.
But first, more conversation.
I'm guessing Talana didn't stay for long?
You got that right. Makes you wonder what this Amadis guy did to grab her attention.
Whatever it was, she didn't tell me.
Must be quite a story.
I guess she'll tell us when she's ready.
Mm-hmm. She definitely will.
So, training with Zoe, huh?
Hit it again.
Yes, training. Mostly.
Mostly.
Look, she reads glyphs faster than I can already. I'd be a fool to refuse her help.
Right.
Of course.
Of course. You know we saw you make out, right? We've already seen the two of you... Never mind.
Looks like I was wrong about the Zeniths. Their ship didn't explode on its way to Sirius like everyone thought.
And we saw how they lied about creating a better future at their launch facility. Guess they lied about what happened to their ship, too. But still, a tribe settling amongst the stars.
I couldn't put a single dent in their shields, Varl. That one Zenith almost killed me.
That did
Would have
stop you
to.
from resurrecting Gaia. Won't
Well-
stop us from using Hephaestus against them.
Well,
Let's hope that's enough. How's everyone handling their focus?
And we all have our difficult moments. Erend definitely curses the most.
that's always
But
true.
I'm hoping Oseram's stubbornness prevails.
How's everyone doing?
Just taking it all in. No one snapped their bowstrings yet.
Well, that's something.
You guys reading something over there?
We just finished going through all the logs you collected back in Nora territory, and All Mother Mountain. It's hard to imagine that my ancestors were trapped inside, without the knowledge from Apollo to guide them.
Thanks to Ted Faro.
That bastard.
Yeah. I wonder how it must have felt when they were finally free. The world must have seemed so beautiful.
Not to mention terrifying. They weren't much more than kids.
And they became an entire tribe.
I mean, that's true.
Think you can hold the fort while I'm gone?
If Erend stops listening to the same music over and over again, maybe. We'll be fine.
We should give him the Good Morning Mini Motorway soundtrack on Spotify. Can I not talk to you from across the... Do I have to... Fine. Hi, Zoe.
Varl looks happy about his training partner.
Learning is best done together.
Mm-hmm.
Have you gone back to Plainsong at all?
I thought about it, but I wouldn't know what to tell them. The chorus already thinks me a thorn in the thicket. If they knew what we did to Fa, even if they understood, there'd be little they could grasp about all this.
Can we just have Gaia make more focuses
For
or
now,
something?
I must leave the tribe behind.
Did Gaia tell you anything about the Zeniths?
She did, though it wasn't exactly easy to believe. To think that there are places among the stars where life can bloom as it does here, it is humbling, to say the least, and heartbreaking. that such life should be bent on destroying ours.
They fucked up their own planet and they need Earth again. That's the only explanation I will accept.
So, how does a tribe like the Utaru manage to maintain the peace with warriors like the Tenakth?
Very carefully.
By holding them off. When our fields bloomed aplenty, the Tenakth looked upon our lands with envy. But Plainsong's dishes provided sanctuary and high ground to keep invaders at bay. In the end, even the Tenakth saw sense in a truce. The Utaru promised to provide the Tenakth with food from our crops every year. In exchange, the Tenakth would relinquish one of their own, a veteran, to train the Utaru in combat. This custom was abandoned a few years after the derangement.
Welp.
But some veterans still remain in the plains.
I've been meaning to ask, what's the deal with you and the chorus?
She's talkative. They don't like talkative people.
Terms.
That's what happens when you're the one Utaru who insists on publicly defying them. Twice.
Yeah.
When the Karja invaded the Utaru plains, they did more than just attack our villages. They burned our fields, took our people as slaves, and murdered those who were too weak to make the trip back to Meridian.
To be sacrificed in the Sun Ring.
I was helping the healers back then, as waves of refugees swarmed into Plainsong. The chorus was divided in how to face the invaders. Some saw sense in raising arms. Others believed the dishes would keep us safe, as they had many times before. And while they bickered, I buried the seeds of the fallen.
What are you up to?
Gaia was kind enough to put together a list of glyphs used by the Old Ones. She helped me decipher some of the data you've collected and showed me how to use the focus to help the process. It's not easy, but it's been working so far.
Oh, good.
That's good to hear.
Can't wait to install Poseidon and watch everything go to shit.
It couldn't have been easy. Seeing your people suffer while the Karja invaded your lands.
I come from a small village near Plainsong. My grandmother used to say there was no seed that wouldn't grow there. I moved to the dishes when I decided to apprentice as a healer. When the Red Raids began, I thought about going back. But the injured kept pouring into Plainsong, day after day. So I kept putting it off.
And then they brought in your
One day,
grandma's corpse.
I woke up to hear a Karja raiding party had ransacked my village during the night. I rushed there with the healers to help the survivors, but there weren't any left. The smell of burning flesh haunts me to this day.
I'm sorry,
Pleasant.
Zoe.
I made it a point to appear before the chorus as soon as we returned, to demand that we take a stand against the invaders. I was denied. So I left to fight on my own.
How'd that go for you?
You said you set out to fight the Karja alone?
I did. But it turned out I wasn't the only one. News of my disagreement with the chorus spread through the plains. Before I knew it, I had more than a dozen Utaru warriors ready to follow me into battle. We knew we couldn't take on the Karja armies head-on, but we also knew the lay of the land better than they did. We ambushed smaller raiding parties, sabotaged their supply lines, and hit their encampments at night.
Sounds like you were a force to be reckoned with.
Enough that the Tenakth took notice.
Ruh-roh.
When the clans began to push the Karja back east, they let us join their ranks.
Ah.
We chased the enemy all the way to Barren Light.
Well, that was good. How did that go for you?
You said you were at Barren Light when the Tenakth defeated the Karja?
Tenakth marshals climbed the cliffs of the Daunt under cover of night, then attacked from the other side. Before we knew it, the gates were open, and the full force of the clans burst through. What happened next was not something I like to remember. When all the dust and blood settled, I smelled it again. The stench of burnt flesh. Our enemies defeated. What was left of my squad returned to the Utaru plains. I went back to Plainsong. But even as the harvest passed, it didn't feel like I'd truly returned at all.
Is that when you became a grave singer?
I thought soothing the suffering of others would somehow appease my own. Then you came along and gave me a choice. I could either sing at people's graves or fight for a chance to keep them alive.
I'm glad you chose the latter.
And now let's get back to small talk. Now that we know all of Zoe's tragic backstory.
I see you've settled in.
Gaia did say this place was built for us, so we could regain control of our lands with her terraforming system. Nurture them like the land gods do Plainsong's fields.
Sure.
It does strike me as odd that a place of life should have so much metal.
Well, you know, nobody's perfect.
Sounds like you met my friend Talana.
Yes, the Karja Huntress. I haven't seen armor like hers since the Red Raids, but Varl tells me that she too suffered at the hands of the Mad Sun King.
That's true.
Yeah.
I assume.
She's one of the good ones. Trust me.
Did you literally just say she's one of the good ones? Did you... She's one of the good ones. She's one of the... Okay.
So you've been talking to Gaia?
Okay.
Yes. She was kind enough to take me through some of the history of the Old Ones, including their demise and the heroic actions of her creator, Elizabeth Sobek.
That's me!
I was
kinda.
surprised to see she was you.
Yeah, that's
Past, but reborn? Not that I claim to understand how.
Now I have a Jesus complex. That's the whole thing.
You've been getting to know Erend, I assume?
Of course. Any friend of Varl's is a friend of mine. In this case, a very loud friend.
That's a true statement.
Right. I should probably go.
I shall return to our training then.